Hey friends, Alan Briggs here. Every few weeks, I like to respond to the questions that I naturally get from people a lot of what are you doing and what are you learning? And I get the privilege of learning by doing. I get to interact with some of the best leaders out there. I interview them on the podcast. Sometimes I go on their podcast. So I just have so much that I'm learning that I want to share with other people like you who are in the trenches. First of all, while politics dominates what's going on right now in our world and in your news feeds, and you watch the debates and you hear so much negativity and division and fear right now, what I'm seeing is a quiet movement of leaders who are leading themselves. They're self-managing. They love their families. They're bringing dignity in their workplace. And this is a really challenging time, especially economically, to lead right now. So first of all, I just want to say, leaders, I see you. That doesn't make the news feeds. What you do deeply matters. Keep going. We need more leaders who are leading in a healthy, wholehearted, grounded way, but that doesn't make news feeds. So I just want to start with that. Keep going. I see you, especially coaching clients that I have. Man, you guys are fighting for your own hearts, your own families. Keep going, and you're doing so well. Secondly, we have been doing a lot at Stay Forth. We have just launched a sister company called Sabbatical Coaching Group. This has been something for years that I experienced 2 sabbaticals. I have coached dozens of leaders on sabbaticals. We have been coaching leaders through sabbatical at Stay Forth. And for the sake of brand clarity, we wanted to separate all of our sabbatical coaching from Stay Forth. So Stay Forth continues to serve leaders, to help leaders to clarify, to get healthy, to take their next right steps, ultimately to have a huge impact. Nothing has changed there. We're still going to do that at Stay Forth. But we have launched Sabbatical Coaching Group as a group of coaches and consultants. We're helping organizations to, first of all, understand sabbatical. What is it? Why does it exist? How can it help both you as a leader and an organization to create a healthy culture? And I'm telling you guys, sabbatical is powerful when you have a coach and when it's well prepared for. I'm also telling you that it is crazy, disorienting, chaotic, and it can be actually really painful and even hurt what the organization is trying to do when not accompanied with the right preparation, guide, in this case, a coach like us. So we are there to help normalize this and to help walk leaders through this. We've seen it work dozens of times, and we're so excited to see that impact grow. So if you know somebody who's even considering a sabbatical, who's a ministry leader or a nonprofit leader, send them our way. The link is below, and it's also in the Taking Steps email where I let everybody know all these things in writing. So Sabbatical Coaching Group is officially off the ground. We're going to have a huge summer with that, as most people schedule their sabbaticals for the summer. So we are looking forward to that. We got some webinars that are coming up where we're going to share our philosophy on sabbatical, what we're learning, how we've seen leaders succeed through this and ultimately transform their leadership. I am a partner and a part owner in a space here in Colorado Springs called Co-Harbor. And this is a harbor, a safe place to come in from the winds and the storms and the challenges of leadership and entrepreneurship. We have roughly 70 people in our ecosystem, and we also host large events. So we have members that are regularly in the building, but we host regular events right here on site. I'm actually in the podcast studio in Co-Harbor right now. And we hosted something to help leaders to gain revenue. We realize right now people are squeezed, people are holding on to their money. These are challenging times for businesses. And I know you look great on LinkedIn with your blazer and everything's going great. Your profile picture says everything's fine, but I know better. These are challenging times, and they are very challenging times, especially for small businesses. So we hosted an event primarily aimed at small businesses, and we said, we want to help you grow your revenue. So 5 of us shared very specific practical ideas. It was a beautiful time together. We broke up, people asked questions, but here were my big 3 recommendations, and I want to share them right here on Taking Steps. First of all, if you are a business owner, bundle your products right now. When you bundle your products, you can put various things of value together and assure the person that the money that they spend is going to come back to them and is going to be well worth it. Maybe you do 4 or 5 different types of services, maybe have 3 or 4 different types of products. Can you put that together and offer that as a bundle? Recently, a leader said to me, I only have this much in the budget for professional development for some of my coaching work. And I was able to put 2 or 3 different things together and package that in one price so they weren't nickel and dimed. And they said, yes, I can do that. We worked out a deal that was about what I would regularly charge, but I was able to add some extra value for this team. Everybody wins when you bundle the products. Secondly, humanize through video. Right now, you're on a video, you're seeing my face, you're hearing things that an email just can't communicate. But text video, email video, or Marco Polo can be a great way to, in this AI world where you're getting all kinds of emails and texts and there's just so much going on, sometimes they can't even tell whether it's a bot or whether it's a human. This reassures people not only you're a human, you are good to work with, they can see your personality through this, but it gives them that feedback. Lastly, I think you have an opportunity, if not the opportunity, to be the fastest in your industry. So many people are complaining right now, I can't hear back from these folks. I'm on hold with customer service. I never hear back from service providers, which blows my mind, by the way, that service providers would not provide service up front in a reasonable amount of time to even tell them about their products. Friends, if you are the fastest, there's a great chance that you could be the person that wins that deal, or you could be the person that's actually working with them. It does not bode well when people can't even get a response back within several days from the people that they want to work with. So those are 3 ideas. There were several more right here in the Co-Harbor space. Moving on, where am I coming from? Where in the world am I right now? I am in the Scottish Highlands. So no, I'm not in the Scottish Highlands right now as I record this. It's pre-recorded, but I am with a friend. I actually get the opportunity to go to the Highland Games, to climb some mountains, to explore cool little Scottish towns. So I'm sure I'll share some videos and may even do a Taking Steps episode from there. But that was just a cool chance to be able to get away here in the fall. It's been on my bucket list, and I wanted to reconnect with a friend. And so that is a space completely away from work, autoresponder on my email, gallivanting around the hills of Scotland. That's been on my list for a while. I am learning a lot, but 2 of the conversations that have been formative for me are with people that I highly admire. Number 1, John Tyson. John came on the podcast, and if you are a dude, I would even say if there's a dude that you love and you are not a dude, listen to this conversation. He and Jeff Bethke wrote a book called Fighting Shadows. I highly recommend. It's actually a pretty brief read, but he covers 7 major areas where manhood is struggling right now. So that is no secret right now that manhood is challenged in our culture. And what does it look like to be masculine and to actually be a man in this very, very challenged idea of manhood without being toxic, without being over the top? What does that look like today in our world when so many men struggle with apathy and frankly, just so many men seem lost right now? The book was awesome, but I would highly encourage you to listen to that podcast interview. John is a friend of our podcast, becoming a friend of mine. Love interviewing this guy. I think he's one of the best thinkers of our day. Another great thinker is Steve Cuss. His podcast, Being Human, is phenomenal. Several books that he's come out with, and Managing Leadership Anxiety was his first, but his book, The Expectation Gap, phenomenal. I'm going to have him on the podcast here pretty soon, but he had me on to talk about wellness. He's one of the best thinkers out there. Amazing question asker, incredible guy. So I'd highly encourage you to watch or listen to that episode. It's over on YouTube as well. We've had several launches this month. I mentioned Sabbatical Coaching Group, but a great joy for me is to be walking through my book, but especially the challenges that I present in my book, Anti-Burnout, with a group of leaders. So we kicked off the Anti-Burnout cohort. We're a couple weeks into that. And friends, it has been amazing. These are leaders who are hungry. They're at the top of their fields in very diverse fields. They're leaning in not just to read the book, but to actually work through the obstacles, to find the opportunities, to work through 1 or 2 of the major shifts that they need to make right now. And man, as much as I love to hear people are reading the book out there by themselves, there is nothing quite like community. We're going to do more of those. The Effective Leader cohort you've heard about a little bit this fall is something that we're going to continue to offer down the line. We believe in community, even if it is online community and you're coming in from your desk, from your office, from your spare room. Friends, this time matters. This is a crucial moment right now. People are divided. People are lonely. Burnout is everywhere. And we don't hide that fact, but I'm not going to lead with that. I'm not going to fearmonger right now. Guys, this is a significant opportunity right now. Significant opportunity for you to lead well, to be wholehearted and grounded. If you're a leader of faith right now, we need you to lead with your faith and with that hope. We need you right now to bring bridges, to bring unity, to bring your gifts through your unique design into the world right now. Why do I call this taking steps? Because the leaders that I admire, the leaders that change the world, are not the ones who just think about things. They get awareness. They're the leaders that actually do things. They take their next right step, even when they don't know if it's going to work out. Friends, clarity is not enough. I need you, and we need you to be leaders of courage, to take your next right steps. I'm on the journey, and I'm slugging it out. Everything I'm doing isn't working. But friends, we need you to keep doing what you're doing. Keep taking your next right step.